Stream is live. Whoop-de-doo.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Where's me timer?
Oh, yeah, just got the Discord notification.
No way, Discord's already come through with notifications. What's going on there?
Good, that is.
For YouTube.
Because because it's dual stream. It's much quicker with the YouTube notifications than it is with the Twitch ones, isn't it? Kizra's in the chat. Hello, Mud.
Twitch ones, yeah.
Kizra's basically just been living on YouTube and Twitch all day because Kizra watched my 4.5 hour sim racing stream today.
Only 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours I streamed for today. Just doing the same race over and over again, trying to improve my ratings, and I was unsuccessful, but had a good few races. It was good fun. Anyway, let me put my mug down and do a proper introduction to the show. Oh, if Jack's having another swig, I'll have one more as well.
Sorry, yeah, no.
So good evening, hello, and welcome to the OLL show. It is the 29th of December. It is the last OLL show of 2025. I'm joined tonight by the usual suspects. Mike, hello, Mike.
Hello.
And Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
He's like you waited and paused to give a grand wave. I like that. There's no Cheney tonight though. Cheney has a migraine. He's basically pulling a sickie off work, I think. But us three have made it.
Mike came on with a busted eye.
Say again, Jack?
Mike came on with a busted eye. Cheney didn't come on with a headache.
That's true. Like, Mike is the Cody Rhodes of the OLL team. No matter what the circumstances are, he'll make it. He'll make it onto the screen, damn it. Whatever happens.
Unless I'm in social prison, if I've got a family event to go to, look, it's not even my family. So,
did you not have one today? How did you get out of that, Mike?
How did you get out of that?
Busted a knee, so I basically. So to be fair, I cleaned the whole house. Played loads of games.
Yes.
Did the whole parenting thing by myself, and I still came on stream. So
Yeah, easy life, mate. Easy life. Well, what are we going
to... You work from home, then?
Say again, Jack?
Do you work from home, Mike?
Oh, no.
Are you able to do all that?
I just have a day off, so...
Oh, fair enough.
Thankfully.
All right, for some. Well, I say that. I basically work in this room, pretty much. I've aside from going out for, like, eating and the occasional, like, household chore, I've pretty much been in this room solidly for about 2 months now. I need to work out something in my routine.
My goodness.
I know, I need to work out something into my routine. Kizra says it will be so good.
Running sim.
Say again.
I said you need a running sim now. You need to get
this is it, isn't it? I need to get a treadmill where it like actively reacts into it. Maybe I'm just going to need to get on the old Wii Fit. That's about as close as I can get. Kizra says it'll be so good when Jack has a better microphone. That is absolutely true, and we are going to be sorting out some fresh microphones for everybody soon. But Jack, you're not on your headset today, are you? Unlike me with my fancy new headphones.
No.
I got my fancy...
My headset makes me look funny.
Well, hang on. I got this new set of headphones here to replace these monstrosities. But if you look at the state of them, they're all falling apart.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, they're perfectly more or less functional, but they just deposit tiny little bits of black fluff all over me and in my ears. And Emily is forever picking black fluff off of me. So she clearly had enough of it, as I have now got this new set of headphones, which are really nice, and they're very lightweight and a bit thinner as well, which is really good. Kizra, did I hallucinate John being out on Saturday? I was doing something on Saturday, wasn't I, Kizra? What was that? Yes, I was at the Norwich video game market, but we'll have a little chat about that towards the end of the stream, as I've got a little feature for that coming up. Tonight we are going to be talking about a quick review of what we've played in 2025 and how we feel that's gone for games, and then some predictions and thoughts on what's going to happen with video games in 2026. So, before we start talking about next year, should we maybe just have a little chat about how 2025 has been for ourselves? Because I think as a team, with OLL kind of being out in the ether and sort of coming back towards the end of the year, I think it's fair to say, with maybe the exception of Mike, between at least myself, Jack, and Cheney, we haven't played as many games as we would have wanted to this year. In terms of games that I've actually played to completion, I can count that on one hand. I did Tony Hawk's, I did Ghost of Yotai, and a few other small things. But I don't feel like I've played enough games at all. And that's got to be one of my resolutions for 26 is to just play more games. Would you agree, Jack, or would you say that you filled your quota of games this year, or do you want to do more? Do you wish you'd done more?
Yes and no. I think becoming a dad has sort of changed my outlook on how to play games now. I mean, I've played a fair amount. I replayed Cyberpunk, I did Doom, I did Ghost of Yotai, I've done Dispatch, I've now started Clair Obscur. Molly and I platinumed It Takes Two as well, which was fun. But I'd say I definitely want to play a more variety of games because I think, and I've replayed the Arkham games as well, because when Zachary was younger, I could just game while he's asleep on me. It was great. I played through Ghost of Tsushima as well. So I've played a fair few, but I think, I want to play a bigger variety of games next year. Like, Clair Obscur is a game that I never thought I would pick up, but because Mike and the community have been so positive about it, and it obviously won at the Game Awards, I played it for 2 hours last night. I have not cried at a game since Last of Us Part 2.
Wow.
And it was a prologue I was crying at. The prologue. Like, it's really good.
It's hard hitting, actually, beautiful. Right at the start, isn't it?
It plays really nicely. Yeah, it looks beautiful. It plays really nicely. And so far, the story, I'm not very far in, but it's really fun. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it. It's something I never thought I'd pick up. Ever. Because it's turn-based. I don't play turn-based games.
I'm so looking forward to getting into it myself as well, because I started it was a couple of months ago now. I did the intro, I've done the first few sections, but I've just stopped and went on to something else. But I'm just waiting for where I really have the itch to get back into it, because I've also got to do Dark Souls as well, the first one. So I'm going to get to it. It's one of my first resolutions, I think, for the year is to get on to Expedition 33, because I really need to do it. Kizra, he's got to message me when he figures out why I call it their Final Fantasy VII. Yes, Kizra is claiming it is basically now maybe possibly their favourite game of all time. And I imagine, Mike, you would probably agree on this, wouldn't you? Before we get to that, how was your 2025 in games? Because I think you still played quite a few things, and your echoing thoughts on Expedition 33.
So so actually, funnily enough, my year of gaming, I played Split Fiction and not much else. I went on a big tear through like reading comic books, but when John came with the Smash card and said you're invited back to the OLL thing, I went right. Let's put the comic book down and go on an absolute tear. So that's what I've been doing. Like literally I think I've literally, no word of a lie, gamed more in the last 2 months than I have in the entirety of 2025. So like,
wow.
Like even now I'm not even joking when I say I genuinely have like five games on the go right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got Time Splitters, which I finished the story. I'm just doing the challenges, which are awful. Celeste, I've done the story. I'm just doing the challenges, which are awful. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, still playing through that. Not very good at driving games. I'm playing Borderlands 4, which is hit and miss when I get to play that because I'm playing it co-op. And I'm playing The Witcher 3, and The Witcher 3 is my comfort game, even though I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty. It's weird. Like the other games at the minute feel like eating my vegetables. And then like eating, and then like, and then like when I turn on The Witcher, it's just like, oh, like wow, I actually,
I get that.
You know, I can enjoy playing games because some of the games are a bit hard. I can only play for like an hour before I want to throw a controller.
So do you play multiple games at the same time? Is that right, Mike? You have more than one game on the go at any one time?
So I have my what I call my chip game. By my chip game is the game that I am gonna get too angry if I like put too much, if I keep plugging away at it.
Oh, right,
So I'll just go
you chip
turn it
away
on.
at. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll turn it on for an hour. No matter how much I've progressed, turn it off. Like, no, I'm done. Like Celeste is definitely that at the minute because it's gotten to that point now where like the difficulty has gotten ridiculous. Like, so I've rolled credits. It's just all the optional stuff. They got but The Witcher is like my comfort game when I actually want to enjoy myself. You might say, well, why don't you just stop playing those games? I'm like, well, when you've done almost every single bonus level and wanted to, throw your head against the wall in Celeste, why stop now? Like, I've invested all that much, Why would I go in a plane and gear up in military gear and go all the way to Iraq to just be like, nah, I'm going home? Like, you're already there at that point. You might as well, go to war or whatever. That's like,
my God.
I've already put in the work,
Okay. All right.
It's like,
fine. Yeah. I mean, I struggle to play. I can't play more than one game at a time. Aside from like Gran Turismo, but I don't consider that a video game. That's like a separate hobby to gaming, even though it's a video game. But I just actually brought up my PlayStation app to see. Even though I've said I haven't played many games this year, I think it's probably going to be too small to show on here. But I have played. Will it see on that camera? No, it's too small. 1,125 hours of Gran Turismo 7. So I've definitely still played some games, but I've kind of put a lot of the time that I would normally have into like console games. It's all gone on the sim racing. And to be fair, I haven't played it all for 1,000 hours. It has also been where it's just been sitting in the background with sellotape holding my trigger buttons down so I can do races AFK and get credits to buy cars. But even though I haven't played a lot of games, I've put a lot of time into that. In fact, that's going to be one of our upcoming little videos, is me talking about Gran Turismo.
I would argue. I'd argue that Gran Turismo 7 is your like comfort game. I think it's like if any, my personal advice for anyone who wants to explore new games that may be uncomfortable for them in terms of like, I've not really played games from that genre before, or like just maybe try it for like an hour or two, and and just have like your comfort game on the side. So it's like, I'm gonna try it, dip my toe. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes you go all in. Like when I played Claire Obscure, for example, I didn't play anything else because I was just locked in. But if you're like, and I'm not saying you have to go like completion or anything, but if a game has any dug its heels into you at all, I recommend like just try and play it for an hour or two a day or a week or whatever you can sort of find time for, and then just have your comfort game for when you want something that you're going to like. But it's I definitely feel like our conversations on the show has been more interesting since I've been plugging away at all these different games. I think it keeps you sharp.
I'd agree with that. And the amount of recommendations you keep giving us as well. It's like, I need to just finish one game first, Mike, and then I'll move on to the next 10. Hello to, I'm going to quickly just shout out Nikki in the chat. Hi, Nikki. Just because they're commenting about Gran Turismo. Can you pop round and get me my B license? Nikki, you haven't got the B license? What? That's reasonably easy, is it not? It's the S license is the one that's the killer. But excellent. Always nice to find a fellow GT player. Sorry, we'll move on now. But if you're into GT, you can join. If you join our Discord, there'll be a link pop up somewhere in the chat. There will be links in there to my other racing channel where I just do the sim racing stuff. 4.5 hour stream I did today, and I still didn't win a race. I got a second place though. Anyway, sorry, I'm digressing here. So, Jack. 2026.
John.
Do you have any? Do you have any particular thoughts about 2026? Is there any games that you are particularly looking forward to, or do you maybe have any resolutions of things like maybe games in your backlog that you want to get to, or any older games that you need to try and find the time to play? What does 2026 look like for Jack the Gamer?
Definitely.
Or is it no time? I've got a child. There is no time.
I find time. You have to find time for your hobbies. Like, there's definitely less time to game now. I've got a little boy. but I still find the time, even if it's like an hour or two at night after like Zachary's gone to bed, Molly's gone to bed, or like last night, for example, I played for 2 hours. But like, yeah, I want to play Code of Obscure because that will probably go into 2026. There's a few games that I want to play on my backlog, like Lies of P.
Yeah.
And just loads of like, and the Alan Wake games as well, because I really enjoyed Control, and I know that's the same developer.
Yeah.
Yes, backlog mainly. I bought Fahrenheit based off a recommendation from you and Cheney, I think. So that was like £4.
Yes.
And then just I need to finish Zelda as well for the stream. Yeah, just really explore more games that I've been very stubborn to try because, like Mike, I have comfort games. Like I've replayed the Arkham games a billion times. I've replayed God of War Ragnarok and God of War 2018 loads, Spider-Man loads, Last of Us loads. So it's like just exploring those more. And I think also that like gaming for me is a hobby, but I don't think I can. And praise be to Mike, the fact that he's able to play multiple games at once, because I don't think I could do that. Like just trying to find the time to edit, go to work, play video games, cook dinner, look after my son, look after Molly, look after myself. You know, it's quite tricky, but I think, and all the exciting stuff that's going to happen with OLL is great, and I can't wait for that. I think that's what I'm most excited for, gaming-wise, in 2026, is doing more of this, because I personally have really enjoyed being back to this, because OLL was such a big part of my life for so long. Like, was it 5 or 6 years, if that, maybe more? 2017, I remember you opened to 2022. So yeah, a good few years, and it was to me, it was such an important part of my life, and something that I still treasure to this day, and I miss it deeply. So to be able to do this again, and use the skills that I've got from my degree in editing, like doing the Final Fantasy stuff and whatever else Mike has brilliant plans for. So I think that's what I'm most excited for, is to do this side of things. But I still want to talk about games. I want to play more games. The games I'm excited for next year: Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight,
of course,
and Wolverine. I'd say the two that I'm like. I've already pre-ordered Lego Batman.
Does Wolverine have a date yet?
Edition.
Does Wolverine have a date yet?
It doesn't have I don't think it has a date yet, but I know it's coming mid-2026. But yeah, Lego Batman got a date for the 26th of May. Mm-hmm. My birthday's the 8th, so I pre-ordered it as a little birthday present for myself.
Very good.
But yeah, I think I'm most excited for just doing more OLL stuff.
Listen to it. The corporate shill, I like that. Good man.
It's not corporate shill.
We're going to make you play video games, though, Jack. It won't be too much hard work. It's all good.
Yeah. No, but I treasure this company and you and the life that I had during OLL and still have now. So I know I'm getting all.
Cheers, Jack.
But it's true. Like I have loved every minute of OLL since I helped my friend Harley interview you all those years ago. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more. It is dream job. Play video games.
Indeed.
If I could do this, 5 days a week, it would be the best.
Well, that's what we're going to try. That's what we're going to try and work towards. The more events we can do, the bigger the audience we can create online. Then we'll all work towards that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Lego Batman, the new Control game, I'm intrigued by. Wolverine, because I love Insomniac's Spider-Man games. And yeah, just more OLL things, because it's all exciting. And Mike, credit to you, your ideas are brilliant. I have to say,
Mike's proper pushing all the video content creation, and that's going to start filtering out to all the viewers soon as well. So, Mike, how about you then, my friend?
Exciting.
Aside from basically just living on your laptop editing OLL videos, are you looking forward to anything yourself personally, gaming wise, for next year?
Well, I think I kind of echo some of the sentiments that Jack said. I think one of the strengths of what we're doing is I think you play a game, and one of the reasons why I'm impassioned about the sort of things that we've got coming is like you play a game, you kind of fit some stuff's a bit fuzzy, but when you get to sit down and have like a proper deep, like full on discussion about it and really go through the weeds of it. I feel like that kind of buries the game deeper into your brain, and it kind of it kind of increases that level of admiration or disdain for it if you're getting really ranty about it. But like, I think that's one of the. Obviously, I'm not gonna cry about it if I don't hit this goal, but I do want to get to 150 platinum trophies this year.
What were you on now? I saw a picture in our Discord actually. What from yesterday? How many have you got?
129. So I've
129.
got.
I've got 2.
I've got 8. I think.
So, but yeah, I've got I'm gonna be hopefully knocking some of that out pretty soon. But yeah, I'm not gonna cry about it if I don't hit that goal. But it'd be nice. I just want to play as many games as I can. Really. I've got I want to try and really try and I want to increase everyone's knowledge. I want everyone to get to close to my level of like video game like encyclopedic knowledge.
Yes.
So we can all get.
I mean, I've got that, just not for the last 10 years.
John's definitely like number 2. Cheney's probably at the bottom. Let's be honest. He knows about
if it's not Roller Coaster Tycoon, Cheney's just like what?
He knows about Planet Coaster and Donkey Kong 64. That's about knowledge.
I'd say I'm probably sad because I know stuff about games that have come out in the last 15, 20 years because it's all, and then like Transformers knowledge, which
2010s, Jack. That's what I think. 2010s is your expertise area. I'd say Mike's probably 2000s. I'll be 90s. So I'll do 90s, Mike. You're 2000s. Jack, you've got the 2010s.
He's a year older than me. It's quite interesting that he's a year older than me, yet he has way more knowledge of the 2000 stuff than I do.
The funny thing is, I hadn't even played a Zelda game until 2017, and now I've played all of them. Like the thing is, I just go on an absolute tear. Like can't
just do one in the series. I must do them all.
Yeah, it's one of those
I'm like that with books, though.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like, I got playing Witcher 3 until I read all the books.
But I've got myself a backlog list. I feel like at some point, I don't know how the delivery system for this, but I feel like between the 4 of us, I feel like we need to get like a list of games and like tick off which ones we have and haven't played, and just it's like priority. It's like because like everyone has to have played like. In my opinion, Witcher 3. Everyone has to have played Chrono Trigger. Everyone has to have played something like an Ocarina of Time or something like that. I think there's some games you just kind of like have to have at least sort of dipped your toe in because they're like on a level where I think you have to play like I'm not saying you have to beat them because I know it's a barrier for entry, but I feel like you have to at least dip your toe in some sort of Souls game. So it's like there's a lot of. There's a lot of
maybe that's something that we could do for maybe next week's show is come up with a list of I don't know, okay, maybe not in time for next week's show, but a definitive list of 100 different games or game franchises that you have to have played to be called a hardcore gamer. Maybe there is an objective list that we could come up with. Like, you must have played a Sonic game, you must have played a Mario game, you must have played a Resi game, a Dark Souls game, something like that. Something that will really anger the nerds. I think it should be
like. I think it even if it's more like a bucket list game, like I feel like personally, I think if you have to play Burnout 3, like you have to play like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like probably 2 or 3.
I mean, I thought that was a law anyway, to be honest.
I feel like there's certain games that like it's not even like an entitlement thing. It's like when you get that show that's really good and everyone's bugging you to play. It's like I feel like there are some games that, for your own sake, just for pure enjoyment. Like I think everyone should play through the Mass Effect trilogy. I think everyone should. There's so many games that I think it's just worth playing.
Everyone should play through the Arkham trilogy, to be fair, or the Arkham
for your own personal
trilogy.
Enjoyment. Yeah, the Arkham games I'd say are also up there as well in terms of games you should play.
Exactly. Yes, Kizra, this is absolutely gatekeeping. This is exactly what is required. These are the new rules. WV agrees and loves the Mass Effect trilogy.
We should come up with an OLL 10 Commandments.
The 10 Commandments of OLL. We'll come up with that. There'll be more than 10, though, I think. Nikki says Chrono Trigger has been on their list for over 20 years. I'm with you there. And Burnout 3 Takedown, way better than Paradise. Yes! Nikki is actually, I think, my kindred spirit, quite frankly. Likes Gran Turismo, likes Burnout, prefers Takedown to Paradise. Get in. Brilliant. Okay, speaking more then specifically about the games that we know about due for 2026, what are we thinking? Obviously, we've got Wolverine to look forward to. We've got GTA to look forward to. Do we think GTA is going to make it? Do we think we've had the final delay, or do you think it's going to slip again into 27? What do we think?
Oh my God, Adam's on the stream. Hey, Adam.
Who are these random people that you know of, Jack?
The Xbox.
No!
Xbox is Adam. Do you remember Adam? He worked at the cafe when we first opened. He was
Too
a colleague of mine at McDonald's.
Yes! Oh, hello! Awesome. Nice to have you here. Absolutely. Skyrim has to be on anyone's list. If anyone was going to gatekeep video games in general, Skyrim's got to be on that list for sure. What was I saying? GTA. Mike, what are your thoughts on GTA? Do you think it's going to arrive on time, or do you think it's going to be another wait till the next console cycle and they'll release it on both formats kind of thing?
I think if we don't get a trailer, and I don't mean like some CGI thing. I mean, if we don't get a trailer in the next 2-3 months, I think we're in trouble. I think it's because it's at that point, why are you even waiting? I think. I don't know, GTA 6 kind of annoyed me. I feel like GTA 6 is so big. It's so big, it's kind of annoyed. Can we actually watch a live stream of any video game announcement thing without every comment going GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6? Do you not just play games? Do you not play anything else?
Mike's on one. He's on one.
Are you just there sitting there looking
wind him up and watch him go?
Typing in GTA 6 news and just staring at it and refreshing it every day.
GTA 6.
Yeah, it's come on. I just want it to be out so people shut up about it. But then people go, GTA 7. Where's GTA 7?
Well, we got the entirety of Stranger Things before GTA 6 came out.
Oh, mate, don't get me started on Stranger Things. I'm not happy with that.
Oh, I've been watching it. Volume 2 wasn't as good.
Have you been watching? Have you seen the new 3 that came out on Boxing Day?
Yeah, I'm up to date.
You're up to date. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I'll give it maybe till the next show, because anyone who's interested in it, I don't want to do spoilers. But yeah. Anyway, GTA. It will be nice. I mean, it's too big to fail. It'll be fantastic, but I'll be glad when it is just out and it's done. It's doing its thing and it's making its millions from all its online stuff. I will, same as you, Mike, I'll be glad when everyone just stops talking about it, quite honestly. I just want the game now. I just want to play through it, put it to bed, and then move on, frankly, because I think we do need a Red Dead 3, or we need Rockstar to see what they can do outside of that.
I also think it's going to be... I have a bad feeling about GTA 6, the reason being... So I think the head of Rockstar, I don't know if it was the studio head or if it was the lead writer, but one of the big sort of heads of Rockstar left after Red Dead 2. That was the last game that he worked on.
He's been shilling his book and everything everywhere on every podcast going, hasn't he, for months?
And GTA 5 was nobody at GTA, nobody who worked on that game thought that GTA Online was going to be as big as it was. Yeah, and it's become one of the biggest online games even to this day. I know people who have spent hundreds on it. And I worry that all the other games that have a multiplayer component that are huge, like Call of Duty and other games, is that they are going to go all in on that online, which is going to be a disservice, because you could tell with Red Dead 2 that they did not care about that online. They dropped that straight away. They did not care.
Rockstar did not need any extra revenue. If they just put all their resources straight back onto GTA as soon as Red Dead was ready and done, didn't they? It seemed.
But yeah, GTA 6, I feel like I do worry it's just going to be like all effort into the online. And don't get me wrong, I think the game's going to look incredible. Like all GTA games, the gameplay is going to be fine. I've never played a GTA game and gone, oh wow, the gunplay's so fun. Like it's just
It's not.
serviceable.
It'll be fine, but that'll be it.
But yeah, I'm not. It's weird that everybody's most anticipated game of 2026 is one that I really currently don't care about at all.
I'm the same as you though, Mike. I'm the exact same. Like there's a couple gaming shops in Kings Lynn near where I live, and I was speaking to a guy in there the other day because I was just browsing, and I spoke to him about like video, and immediately he was like, "Oh, GTA 6 next year." I'm like, there's other games coming out next year.
They're all going to avoid GTA's launch window though.
Rockstar, I think, have done something similar to what CD Projekt did.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Bethesda are the same. They've announced the game too early, and then it's been delayed and whatnot and whatnot. I mean, Cyberpunk was announced like 10 years before it came out or something ridiculous. So I think a lot of these... The problem is, I think a lot of developers now, they'll announce games way too early in the development cycle now. But because it generates hype, and obviously that's the way the internet works, the hype train, all this stuff. Obviously, when I was younger, I remember reading Game Informer articles about all the games I was looking forward to. Now it's like everything's online. So I think that is part of the problem. But I agree with Mike. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 worked so well because its story was fantastic to me. I loved that game to death. I played that as well this year. I think Red Dead 2 is a brilliant game. And I agree with Mike. I think if Rockstar see, GTA is online, is the money cow. Let's milk that to death.
You think we won't get anything else from Rockstar for another decade if GTA 6 does too good? If it does too well,
100%.
We're not...
Rockstar just go, oh, this works again.
Yeah.
Let's just keep this up.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Bethesda is definitely... I'm just seeing people chatting about Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 6 revealed in 2018, and obviously we still haven't seen anything of it. That's got to be... That's maybe... I don't know if make or break is maybe too harsh, but everything that Bethesda has done for the last... I don't know, since Fallout 4, nothing has come close to their usual heights. And I think Elder Scrolls 6 has got to be... It's got to be absolutely perfect to really keep Bethesda, at the level or at the reputation that it has. Elder Scrolls could destroy it if they don't get that right, and I think that's why that particular game is taking so long. It's I'm a bit worried. I'm worried for Elder Scrolls. I don't want to be.
I mean, I'd even argue...
Sorry, go on, Mike.
Sorry, Mike, you go.
I was going to say, I'd argue that even Fallout 4 has had some kind of reassessment over the years where people have gone back at it and compared it to the games that came previously, like New Vegas and 3, and kind of gone, you know what, it actually wasn't quite as, it's the RPG
safe.
Mechanics are way more limiting. The fact you haven't got like the different dialogue options, you've just got like yes, no, sarcastic, question, and it's a lot more pet, and the whole like so many radiant quests and stupid your settlements being attacked, and it was just there was so much. I think it like I said, even Fallout 4, their last like I was going to say their last game, but I forgot about Starfield. Their last
everyone's forgotten about Starfield.
I'd say even their last like really popular game being Fallout 4 has kind of been reassessed and it's gone down in people's estimates. And I even feel that way personally. Feel that way about Skyrim a little bit. I think like they've gone more. They've like I appreciate stuff about like Baldur's Gate and Expedition 33 as examples because they actually go, we're an RPG. Get over it. Like you either bounce off it or you don't. Whereas
you either like this game. Bethesda is how we have to please everybody.
Yeah, Bethesda are like, oh, how do we strip this back so it plays? How do we make Fallout play more like Call of Duty? How do we make it? How do we like cater to the mainstreams? Like I'd argue Skyrim is more stripped back. Like the guilds, for example, in Oblivion are better than the guild in Skyrim.
Yes.
it's just like it feels like more of an attempt to like cater to the mainstream, and it's kind of shedding its skin of anything that like its identity. And I think we I don't know, I'm not, Bethesda is kind of dead to me as a company, but genuinely, so like unless Elder Scrolls comes out and it's like the best game ever made, I kind of just don't like that company's written off for me. BioWare, you know, love Mass Effect to death. Andromeda was arse. Belgard was mega arse. The next Mass Effect, the new one, is gonna be you know, horrific arse. It's just a lot of arse. So I just think, oh yeah, and Anthem. Forgot about Anthem. Also mega arse.
Anthem,
so
wow,
like, well,
what a load of trash.
So
I
mean,
enjoyed it.
Let's be honest,
God.
BioWare's closing down if Mass Effect 4 isn't good.
Yeah, that's their last game.
That studio is gone. The big studios, I'm kind of done. I don't really care about most of their games.
Mass
really.
Effect 4, I mean, I would love it to be, but I see no way how Mass Effect 4 can be anything close to the original trilogy. Unless they are making a full new trilogy of games, I don't think a new Mass Effect. They couldn't do it with Andromeda. I can't see how they're going to do it with a Mass Effect 4.
Well, this is the thing, right?
It would need to be beyond awesome, really, to even compete.
I think the problem is we see these game companies as soulless corporations, and I think that's one of the reasons is because, let's be honest, like there are exceptions like Hideo Kojima or like a Cory Barlog or a Neil Druckmann, like these sort of rock star video game directors. But like for the most part, you don't know the names of the people who worked on the games. So when these people leave, you kind of assume that everything's exactly the same behind the scenes, but it's not. I mean, like I just mentioned about Rockstar, but if Rocksteady's another example, you know, all these big companies, the people who made those great games don't work for those companies anymore. I mean, you know, Casey Hudson, who made Mass Effect's obviously making the new Star Wars game.
Yep.
And I know the guy who made BioShock has now got his own game coming out. I can't remember the name of that, but that's I think that's coming out next year. Actually,
Arkham Games opened up their own studio. I think because of the direction that Warner Brothers wanted to go with Suicide Squad, they just went, "Yeah, no, we're out of here." It's called like 100 something, so they've only got 100 developers.
So it's all well and good to say like, oh, these companies made these games, so obviously they're going to make great games going forward. But like I said, a lot of the people who used to work on those games just aren't there anymore. Yeah, I know Santa Monica Studios, like who make the God of War games, they've still got essentially most of their whole team that worked on the original games. Like I know Cory Barlog has worked on every single God of War, and he's now working on like a sci-fi game that they've not announced yet.
That's cool.
So they've got that and the next God of War in the works. So I mean that I've got, and Hugo Martin, who makes the Doom games, is a fantastic game director. I'm sure whatever he makes next is going to be great. But I think I just don't think a lot of these companies are that interesting to me anymore, because the people who made those companies great just aren't about anymore.
Well, yeah, it's like dead. Ubisoft, for example, Assassin's Creed is a shell of its former self.
That's just by the numbers every time, isn't it?
Today. Yeah, and I was reading up on Claire Obscure every day today. That's ex-Ubisoft developers wanting to make their dream game. And what is it? Isn't it like 9 or 11 people in that studio? That's it, and it's insane, like how good that game is.
Yeah,
and it's like the market, or like the bigwigs, need to look at those type of games and be like, right, okay, cool. This is what people like. Maybe Claire Obscure might do that. This is what gamers want, not another live service game, not another, package of a franchise that's not the franchise that we made 20 plus years ago. But they won't, because what makes them money? The same old brands that people know and love.
Exactly.
Even that, like Ubisoft would go to a list with the game directors, give them a big list and go, right, these are the franchises you're allowed to make games about. Which one do you want? And you might get someone who's going to go, you know what? I think it's been a while. We should make a new Rayman game, and that might be the best Rayman game ever made. Because I mean, I've heard good things about the Prince of Persia game that came out. Unfortunately, nobody played it. The 2D one. And that was apparently that was just to stop the people who were working on Beyond Good and Evil 2 from like pure depression. They were like, oh, okay.
Are those people even still alive? Has anyone been to check on the developments of Beyond Good and Evil? They're just like in some basement somewhere, in like Ubisoft's basement. They've just been left. They've just starved for the last 4 years. They're actually just dead.
But that has the record, I'm pretty sure, for the longest game in development ever.
I believe it's still Duke Nukem 3D still has that record, does it not? I think.
Is that came out like in 20 years ago, didn't it?
Duke Nukem 3D was, I think it was announced in '98 and it came out in 2008 or something ridiculous like that, wasn't it?
Jesus.
But yeah. Anyway, I have a question for you chaps. Talking of game companies that have fallen off the wagon a little bit, do you see a future? Do you see a 2026 where Xbox, or specifically Microsoft, stop making Xbox consoles? Do you think we might see the end of the life cycle of the Series X and S this coming year? I think it's entirely possible, particularly looking at Steam Machine, and we'll get to Steam Machine in a minute, but I think we could maybe see next Christmas it's going to be between PS5 Pro or whatever, Switch 2, Steam Machine, but no Xbox hardware in the marketplace. Am I barking up the wrong tree, or do you agree?
Oh, I agree, 100%.
You reckon they're done? You reckon they're cooked?
Yeah, I reckon because Game Pass is all they talk about, and like, oh, our new games on Game Pass. And, you know, I think with the Steam Machine coming out, obviously, you can already get Game Pass on PC. They'll just be like, here's a bundle of the Steam Machine with 12 months of Game Pass for £500. Plus, look at this lovely new game that some small development team has just made in an hour. You know, I think that's probably what will happen, because Microsoft have been pushing Game Pass so much for so long now that the Xbox Series will just become obsolete eventually, because they'll be like, oh, Steam Machine, we'll just put it on that.
It's quite all right. I mean,
you don't need a console.
With Game Pass being on PC as well, there's as time goes on, as much as I love my Series X, there are less and less reasons to buy an Xbox console, because I can stream all of the Game Pass games pretty much on my phone, which is just mad, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, I think that they might be done with it. I mean, they've still said that they've got a premium console or a premium hardware item in the works, but I think the fact that that was all drowned out by the Steam Machine announcement that came like a month after they were saying these things, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go. Mike, you're being a little quiet. Is this where you're going to leap to Microsoft's defense and declare them the best gaming hardware manufacturer of all time, or am I mistaken?
Well, I did recently hear that they are getting all their going to be using generative AI for all their new franchises, so that's exciting.
Oh, God.
It's
the future.
I think
it's going to die.
I think the big elephant in the room is all the drama at the minute with the RAM shortage. So for those who know, basically NVIDIA have gone all in on AI, which is great for people who like AI, which is nobody apart from people who have money. But the thing is that because they're going all in on AI, they're producing less graphics cards and things. The problem with NVIDIA graphics cards, it doesn't just affect computers, because they also use modified NVIDIA cards for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. So this doesn't just that affects everything, across the board. And I could totally see Xbox thinking, look, our sales are rubbish. They're going to get worse. We're going to have to fork out more money to buy these. I mean, they had another price bump apparently PlayStation saw the writing on the wall, so they bought a boatload of graphics cards, which allowed them to discount the PS5 over Christmas.
Yeah, and just keep that going. Somehow.
And it's just one of those things where, like, I think it's a bit too extreme to go, right, in next year they're just going to quit and say, right, consoles are done, we're burning all our stock and we're just going to give up. But I could totally see a pivot. I don't think it's impossible
Another
to consider
pivot.
this the last generation of Xbox in terms of their consoles. I think they'll be around because I think that brand is still strong in terms of its name recognition. I think they'll go further into Game Pass and things, even though surely that doesn't make them that much money.
They have to think, the size of Microsoft. I don't know specifically what it is, but if you think the video game / Xbox division of Microsoft as a whole is probably, I would be amazed if it's even 1% of Microsoft's total annual revenue. It must be absolutely dwarfed. They would just go, get rid and just bin it off. I don't think without a second's notice. Or
they might do like what a lot of these, like Apple do and Sky, where they've got their little pucks, like the stream. So Molly and I have Sky Stream, which is you stream Sky over your internet. So they might do that and have, here's a Game Pass stream stick or like a Game Pass stream machine. So
they you buy a controller in a tiny little. And literally a tiny little X-shaped box like and a controller.
Amazon, like an Amazon Fire Stick type situation.
Yeah.
And like what Stadia was supposed to be, but obviously it's like they might do that and just go, okay, you don't need to pay, hundreds of pounds on a console when you could pay £100 for this little thing, and it's got all our games available to stream. Like, they might do that.
Just a gateway to Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah, it's another gateway to Game Pass. And... Sorry, that's my thing, yeah.
I was going to say, I think an Xbox on, like, a smart TV or something is inevitable at this point. I think, like, an Xbox app, dedicated app to, like, stream all your games is... I mean, and they're also just making... They are making just awful business decisions just across the board. Apparently, the... buying Activision obviously has a big chunk of change, but apparently Call of Duty sales have taken a hit from them having their day one on Game Pass thing, because Call of Duty was going to sell regardless, but because the amount of people, basically almost everyone within the Xbox ecosystem are going, why would I buy Call of Duty? I've got Game Pass. I might as well play it for free. So it's eating into their revenue. And it's kind of like negatively affecting. It's like if Nintendo made the latest Pokemon game like streamable by like paying a subscription. Like nobody would buy Pokemon. It's kind of like the same sort of thing. Like you're just kind of. I think PlayStation does it better, where you have to wait a good amount of time before that game eventually becomes available for streaming. I think it's a problem for sure. Like, and it's the streaming bubble is kind of bursting at the seams, not just with gaming, but just across the board. I think it's hit critical mass, and I think PlayStation and Nintendo are doing it in a better way, where like streaming is an option, but it's not their primary like focus when it comes to gaining money. I think that's the better way to do.
We just need a few of these streaming companies to just kind of come together as one package, don't we? That's what I would like to see. It's like you buy your PlayStation Plus membership, and it kind of like, I've got Sky TV, and that includes my Netflix subscription.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And you get a discount with like the Apple TV subscription as well. If you're on Amazon, you get a discount on Paramount and whatnot. But yeah, it would be nice to have them all a bit more.
It's more so just
less things to have to pay, basically.
Yeah, it would be great. I think it's going to be a problem long term though, with in terms of, because if at the end of the day, if games are making less money, games are going to be less they're going to have less money put into them. And with things like generative AI being on the up and up, I could totally see them cutting corners to get games down, to put them on streaming to get that instant revenue.
Yeah.
I definitely think some things are definitely gone. Like next generation of console, guarantee no discs at all. Like discs are going to be done.
Yeah, physical media's finished
completely. I mean, it already has been for PC forever, so I think it's just like, and the way the Nintendo Switch 2 is doing the whole thing with their keys as the cartridges are keys for the game, so they don't even have it on the cartridge.
Yeah, the only reason Nintendo do... Sorry to interrupt you, Mike. The only reason Nintendo do this whole cartridge key thing is just so they don't want to upset the purists who like the physical media, even though it is literally all digital licenses through the Switch 2 now anyway. But completely digital only. So my next question, and the last question that I've got for you guys, the Steam machine. When do we think, and we've kind of talked about this a little bit more, I don't think there's been any new information yet, but I think, like what you said, Mike, I think it's going to be like the price of RAM and stuff like that is really what is going to determine the price, and therefore the potential success of the Steam machine. So what do we think? Do we think it's going to be out sooner rather than later? Do they maybe hold off and delay it and see if RAM prices come down, which can reduce the price of the hardware? Or do you think it will launch and they won't care how much it costs and everyone will just buy it regardless? What do you think? And are you going to get one? Has anything changed your mind on it at all yet? Either way, go first. Sorry. Go on, Mike.
It's fine. I think it's going to be a niche. I think it's going to sell out, but more so because of lack of them actually making the consoles from Steam's part. Because unlike that, you won't see a Steam machine in a shopping center or like on Amazon. You only see it on the Steam website, like with the Steam Deck. So it's going to be a case of it's going to be impossible to get one. They've already said that it's going to be priced more like a PC. Yeah, which is already a big problem. So it's like, and the guy who owns Steam just bought himself a $500 million yacht, by the way. So
he's doing all right.
So so they need to make sure they be careful of not making it too cheap, because
on that note, if they, the only reason they would make this product is because they want to take a share of the console market, surely. Why else would they make this console otherwise? So if they want to be competitive, surely they have to price it at a competitive rate, regardless of whether that's profitable or not. They may even have to sell it at a loss to gain a foothold and earn some market share, kind of how Microsoft did it back in 2001. But yeah, I think £700 is probably the absolute limit. What do you think, Jack? What would you say is the maximum price that a Steam machine could launch at?
I think 700 would be pushing it at.
I think any more than that, and it'll be like, no thanks.
And you might as well buy a PC.
Yeah,
because you can get. For some reason, I got advertised a PC on Amazon for £300 pre-built. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. So I think Steam I agree with Mike. I think it will be a very niche console to own, and it will be the PC purists who want to try and get their friends into it. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to play PC? Here's a console.
I suppose it's a bridge, isn't it? It's a bridge from
or it's a collector's thing. Like, I have no interest in getting a Steam machine. Mm. I've got a console already. I've got a good console. I'm hopefully getting a PC within the next couple of years from my brother-in-law. Mm. So, it just doesn't... And, let's be honest. Nothing will make me interested in the Steam machine when I have a decent PS5 that plays all the games I want, and then I'll eventually get a PC.
That's the thing. It's not following a console model. It's not a console. I shouldn't keep calling it a console, I suppose, even though that's the market they're going for. But typically, a console will launch with some sort of killer app or, one or two games that, make you really want to have that console. And Steam doesn't have any of that exclusivity because, of course, it's Steam. So it could be quite a surprise, I think, if it does really succeed. Kizra says Half-Life 3 confirmed. I mean, that would be the thing. But then again, imagine if they announced Half-Life 3, yeah, brilliant. But it'll be on every single person's PC. You won't need a Steam machine to play it. Nikki reckons that it's going to cost over £1,000. The crazy thing is, we mentioned 700. If it came out and they did say, "Oh, it's £1,000," we would be like, "Ah, all right, fine," but we wouldn't be surprised if it came out at some sort of ridiculous price like that. I think we're now attuned to prices being quite surprising sometimes. Do you think it could really be that high, Mike, or do you think that's really upper level?
I think it's going to cost more than it deserves to be. I also think that they, it's in a weird spot with, like, the Steam Deck, for example, where it's kind of like releases at a time where it's heavily underpowered compared to the competition. Where so it's going to be hard to get it to actually be successful. The problem is the Steam machine can apparently run games at 60 frames per second at 4K, but how effective it is, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, it's like upscale to 4K, so it's not native in 4K.
Yep.
But it's going to be it's underpowered compared to, it's probably similar to an Xbox Series S, I'd imagine, but it's not as powerful as PS5. So it's already coming out sort of mid to late in the PlayStation 5's life cycle. Because let's not compare it to PCs in the sense of, like, because people like they want to get into that console market, just like they wanted that handheld market that the Switch has sort of monopolized. I think it's ridiculous that I just don't think it's gonna. I think, like I said, it'll sell out, but only because the amount of units they'll make is going to be incredibly low. But I think it's not even going to be that big a hit at all.
You think damp squib upon arrival, then? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
All right then. My only hope is that it comes out before April the 11th, and I think with retail units already kind of being previewed, I think it's possible we might see it in the first 4 months of the year, because I would really like to get one for OLL 26 so that we can all actually get on it and have a go, and actually show everyone what it's all about for anyone who wants to find out about it. I'd really like to see that. Okay, last thing then, because we're now getting towards the end of time. With this whole, RAM prices, RAM shortage, etc., do we think this will also now affect things like, say, PlayStation 6? Because, of course, we saw, it was a few months ago now, wasn't it? Mark Cerny did an interview where he was talking about potential specs for PS6 and future hardware. Do we think that's going to have a knock-on effect now and mean that we could now see longer delays before the next generation of hardware as well? And I suppose if there's no Xbox going to be around and Switch kind of has its own generational timeline, PlayStation really don't have as much competition in terms of them needing to get new hardware into the market. So what do we think?
I think it will make an impact, this whole RAM situation. I don't really know much about it, but a mate of mine who I work with, he was saying to me the other day, like, he's got to choose between RAM and something else for his PC. So I think, and I think, because Xbox haven't really announced or hinted at anything. I think, and because the PS5 is doing so well, I think Sony will just coax the PS5 for a bit. They got the Pro. They've got, good, solid franchises that are good from them, flagship studios. They're buying more indie developers as well. So I think I think there won't be as much push for a new console for at least another year or two, I think.
Yeah.
I kind of agree a little bit with what Jack's saying, but I think it'll be a little bit more extreme than that. I think this will probably be the longest time a PlayStation console has been in basically the main console, ever. I think it's going to be the longest. I could see potentially 2029 being the year the next console comes out. The reason I think everything's so up in the air with cost of living crises, all the whole, just like, unfortunately AI is a big thing that we just cannot avoid, that is just barreling towards us. And apparently those
they keep
games
saying
that
it's
have
coming,
used,
but when's it coming? When is it coming?
the games that use generative AI have apparently, using AI is quite taxing on the game itself, which again, why even use it if it's taxing on the game even running well? So I think the studio head of Larian, who said, who was talking about Baldur's, they made Baldur's Gate 3 and they're making Divinity. They said the hardest thing about making their new game at the minute is they're going to have to heavily optimize their game so it can run, because with the RAM shortage, they know that instead of PCs going through just going through this natural increase of getting better and better and better and better, it's going to slow right down to the point where we've been barreling towards better and better technology, and now it's just slowed down to a crawl. So I could see, I know you've heard Asus have now basically said, we're going to start making RAM. So hopefully it's not all doom and gloom. Other companies are coming up and saying, well, if you're not going to do it, if you're not going to monopolize the video game industry with your graphics cards, we'll make them and we'll make all the money from it, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, you will. It will just be natural business economics. There'll be more manufacturers, more people developing those RAM sticks.
But yeah, it'll be less. There's no way it's going to be the next generation of gaming is going to be even more of a pitiful jump than the last one in terms of it's not going to blow anyone away.
What that means then, everybody, and this will be a nice segue into my last little section, is basically we're all just going to have to say, stuff it, no new games, yeah, whatever, we'll have a look at GTA when it comes out next year. But what we're actually all going to do is just go back and finish our retro backlog. And talking of retro games, I just wanted to say, just very quickly, just to let everybody know, we went to, I say we, because it was only me, because you guys weren't there, but I went to the latest Norwich retro video game market on last Saturday. I was there promoting OLL 26. We were doing a little offer on tickets, and I got a couple of pickups if anyone's interested. If anyone wants to know what I got, it won't take long because it's not that exciting. I'll take your silence as a yes, you want to see what I bought.
Love to.
I bought, well, first of all, the most boring thing was I got F1 2017 because it had a funky cardboard sleeve, and I bought this game because it had a funky cardboard sleeve. No one cares about that. But I don't know if anyone recalls, I modded my Xbox 360 about just over a month ago now, and I really wanted to play R Racing. Or Ridge Racing, which was Namco's attempt at a realistic driving game. It was on PS2, and it's this one here, and I couldn't get it to work when I was trying to get it working on the Xbox. But this was only £3, so that will be on a future stream coming up. And also, Jack, I won't ask you because you probably won't know the answer to this. Have you heard... In fact, actually, no, I can ask you, Jack. Have you heard of the Radofin console? Yeah, me neither. Apparently, there's a console called the Radofin, and it's got a Formula 1 game called Grand Prix, and I've never heard of Radofin. I can't quite get it in focus on the camera, but I wasn't sure if that was the manufacturer or the name of the system. Apparently, it goes by a few different names. Ah, Nikki went to the market as well and got chips off the market. Ah, fantastic. I didn't get any chips. I didn't. In fact, actually, Emily brought me a cheeseburger from McDonald's. But yes, but this game, considering that I've got the other 400 or so games behind me, never even heard of it. And to find that in little old Norwich, I was well chuffed with that and I was really pleased. Anyway, that's my show. That's my show and tell. Thank you for allowing me to indulge myself on that for a moment. Emily bought a few bits as well, but she's not here to show me what we got. Mike, I believe we've got one more thing to discuss before we run away, and that's the result of our Xbox poll.
Yes, so yeah, it was a absolute landslide in terms of basically nobody voted for anything else but the thing that won.
What were the
Which is
options? It was just
understandable.
original Xbox. What was the best Xbox? Original Xbox 360.
Original Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X. I lumped them together because nobody cares.
Ah, yeah, of course.
So yeah, the winner is, it's not a drum roll because literally nobody voted for anything else. Was the 360, which is to be fair. It's the last good Xbox console. It's the only time in my life I was jealous of people at school because I was the only one that owned a PS3 and everyone else owned a 360.
I was the same.
It was a great console.
It's a phenomenal console. Made so many leaps and bounds, especially in terms of running online games and Xbox Live and Xbox Live Arcade and so it was a real. One of the I'd argue maybe even the last console, not including Nintendo because they do their own thing, that kind of felt like a real evolution.
Yeah, it was.
All the consoles since have just kind of been.
What I really liked about it is obviously it had online. Online was seamless and it actually worked and it was reliable and stable. I loved. Obviously, being HD as well was probably the biggest jump, really. But when you go back to it, because I've been back to my 360, I've got my modded ones on the floor down here. But you really can go back to the 360 and enjoy stuff, and it doesn't feel like you're going back to an old retro game because the games still look really clean because I guess
better controller as well. Like the 360 controller is way better than the PS3 controller. Like by far.
God, yeah, the
games ran
the
better
PS3 controller's horrific. I hate it. I hate that thing.
I was so jealous at school because PS3 was notoriously terrible to make games for. The amount of games that would come out on the Xbox, and then you'd have to wait about 6 months, maybe to even a year, to get it on the PS3. It was crazy, and even when it did, it ran worse.
I believe the dragons flew backwards in Skyrim on the PS3 on day one, didn't they? There's so many issues with all PS3 stuff. Early PS3 boys, you poor lads, says Nicky. WV remembers playing a 360 on a CRT and then got an HD TV and remember it hurting their eyes. Hurting your eyes because it was good, or I don't really understand that, but but yeah, great console, the 360. Cool. And thus that brings us to the end of another show. It's gone pretty quick for me tonight.
Have we got anything to look forward to next year, John? Because this is the last stream of the year.
We've just been talking about that for a year, Mike. So for an hour.
Nothing to look forward to. No, I mean in terms of the channel, OLL.
Yes.
Everything that we've got. Is there anything to look forward to talk about at all?
Do you want to talk about as in the digital online stuff or the physical event stuff?
Well, this is we're going into a brand new year.
Anything and everything. Well, I'll start from this week then. So coming up, the next OLL live stream will be on Wednesday evening. We are going back to our regular proper schedule of the Monday OLL show and then streams on Wednesdays and Fridays. I am currently working through the New Threat 2.0 mod version of Final Fantasy VII, the original. So that's the next stream. Excuse me, hiccuping. That will be the next stream, 7:30 on Wednesday, and doing the same on Friday. Those streams are being edited on a weekly-ish basis by Jack here, and you will start to see VODs for them going up this coming week. The first episode is uploaded, ready to go. I've just got to make that public. Oh wait, no, that is up, isn't it? I put that up on Christmas Eve.
It's public.
Yeah, first episode's up. So there'll be another one of those coming up pretty soon, as I will be working my way through the game. I believe I am just about to... I think I'm at Junon at the moment, so I'm still relatively early in the game. Aside from that, Cheney is going to be starting to stream on Sundays once he's finished building his stream cupboard. He will be doing late night Cheney on Sunday nights, so keep an eye out for news on that. In terms of online features, I don't want to give too much away because I want it to be a bit of a surprise, but Mike has got us working on a whole number of series for... like an ongoing series where we will be discussing specific things like our favourite games and games that you should play, games that you need to play, and also our discussions on games that we've both played and ones that we want to try and convince the other people in the OLL team to play as well. Anything else that you want to mention about online content, Mike?
Yeah, so I'll keep a few secrets, but seeing as this is probably the furthest along in some sort of development, I think it's not everyone's been given their homework as I've said multiple
I've written
times,
my first script today.
Especially Cheney has been moaning about because he's playing Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yep.
And he's not enjoying it because he's not good at it. He'll get there.
He'll get it. He'll love it when he gets to the end.
But yeah, once he rolls credits, he'll think the story is amazing and everything else. But to kind of put it in sort of more professional terms in terms of what it is. So the series I'm working on, I'm working on and kind of show running, I guess. Let's like it's a professional TV program, but like it's called You've Not Played, and then the name of the game that we'll be talking about. So basically, this is a series where I will be. I have given everyone a game to play, including myself, and we'll be discussing the game with somebody who has never played it before. So because Cheney's let the cat out of the bag, for example, me and John, who have both played Metal Gear Solid, will be having Cheney explain to us what Metal Gear Solid's about from his fresh, doesn't know what he's talking about perspective. And we'll go deep into everything, full no holds bars, music, gameplay, story, just everything. And the idea is to encourage us to play these iconic games that we've never played before. It's not only a series that I think is going to be really good and really fun, but it's also going to increase our own repertoire. If Cheney is more versed in, for example, PlayStation 1 games, then we can do things like tier lists, we can do things like rankings, tournaments, like in terms of the more we increase our own knowledge, the more it is going to increase the interest, and the more it's going to make the content better.
Yeah, gives us more to do in future as well.
Once the ball is rolling, we will try and find some sort of way to take requests off people. Obviously, don't expect us to be able to fork out 60 hours of our lives to play a massive RPG until at least some of us have some sort of income from the job. But it's gonna be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. There's other stuff that I don't want to say anything about just because there's not a lot sorted yet, and I know John has his own little stuff he needs to do at home with potentially setting up something in person to make the film production even better. I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be very exciting. The sky's the limit. Next year is gonna be better than anything we've ever done in terms of the online stuff, in terms of the in-person stuff. We've come in, we're going all in. It's gonna be phenomenal. And just I just want to say, and I know everyone here will echo my sentiments, like there is always this fear of having to start from nothing and having to build from nothing. But because of the people who have been here through thick and thick, because at the end of the day, we've not done anything in terms of like OLL anything for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have come back and everyone has just come back in like no time has passed.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It is like talking with old friends. It is like this sense of not just in terms of our rapport with each other, but in terms of the community. There's the fact that we are seeing names that we instantly recognize, and talking to people we've talked to before, and everyone's sort of moved on, but then they came straight back. It's been really great to see. Everyone's been so supportive, and obviously we can't thank you enough for. It's only been about 2 months we've been doing this now, but it's we definitely couldn't have done it without everyone involved.
Oh, Mike, that's so nice. Thank you very much for saying that. I
agree.
really can't add anything to it.
100%.
That was very well put, mate. Thank you, mate. Oh, right. On that sappy, emotional note, I will now, I think, close the show. Thank you very much for your co-hosting duties. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. And thank you, Mike. Thank you to all of our viewers as well, all of our regulars, whether you've been lurking or watching, whether you're watching live or on demand. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you on the next stream or the next show, whenever you might like to come and say hello to us. Join us on the Discord as well. The links are there in the chat, or indeed somewhere around these videos, depending where you're watching them. Come and say hello. We always like to come and have a chat anytime, and we will see you all very soon. Good night and goodbye for now.